as well. So, Michael, you are filing your nomination today, right?
That's right.
Okay, so tell us a bit about it.
All right, thank you, Rosalind, and good morning to your viewers and to the youth out there whose resolve for change has led Honorable Alan Martin to respond to the call. And in furtherance of that democratic process, Alan took a nomination form, and then he files today. By the grace of God, around 3 or 4 o'clock, we should, be at the EC's office to file. And that shows his commitment to everything that we've been doing and we've been talking about in terms of transformation, in terms of a stable economy, building a resilient economy, growing the Ghanaian economy, creating an enterprise economy where everyone, can be proud of themselves as citizens and not just for a select few. So it's important that Alan files today. It's important that every member of the movement who can make it show up in their numbers, and let's keep the fire burning. Yeah.
All right, talking about that, and you have high hopes that Movement for Change will definitely become the next government of Ghana.
Definitely, it's going to happen. Because going around the country, even for the main topic for discussion now, you can pick the resolve for change. Because if people need change and there are democratic processes that will deliver the change, then of course they are going to fight. Like the NDC is saying they should do a forensic audit. They are going to do a demonstration. So these are signs that, look, change is imminent. Unfortunately, the NDC cannot deliver that change Ghanaians require. And they've had their chance. We've seen how soiled their hands are. Alan Martin remains the safest pair of hands. And so I call on all Ghanaians and the young people especially to rally behind him. If development is what you seek, then you have a technocrat par excellence who is going to, drum home the pragmatic changes we need in our lives. And so, it's important Alan becomes president and he'll win.
Okay, so then as a movement, that's Movement for Change, let's take a look into the forensic audit that the NDC is requesting for. Do you think it's a right request? Do you think it's even right for EC to open up its books to political parties in the name of forensic audits?
Thank you.
You have 5 minutes to make your point, though.
Okay. So one thing the EC or everybody has to know is there's nothing like an insignificant stakeholder in this whole, journey into leadership or changing a leader. Once we've accepted democracy, once we've accepted the rule of law, then it's important, we factor into all decisions and all our processes the relevance of each player. So you have the NDC, you have the NPP. Thankfully, we have the Movement for Change on board. Can you believe that the movement doesn't have copies of the register? Meanwhile, the Constitution gives provisions for an independent candidate. And so...
Have you requested for it?
Yeah, they did. They did. And on several occasions, we've had our head of policy talk about it. And so these are concerns that they are legitimate. You can't shelve and say everything is okay. No. For people to have that trust in the system, it's important you make them matter. You make them feel like they're part of the process. Look at a whole party like NDC, who has ruled this country before, struggling to drum home the need for transparency. Meanwhile, deep within the mandate of the EC is the ethical consideration of transparency. And transparency doesn't just come out of the blue. You have to deliberately, institute some measures like communication, timely communication. You have to be able to have reps from the NDC, NPP, the Movement for Change, receive timely situational reports in terms of you did voter registration. After registration, you have to exhibit. Now, when you were conducting the voter registration, we heard some of your BVDs. You, the EC, admitted that some of your machines were stolen and all that. Clearly, it raises serious concerns because people were seen registering people, under the radar, and so if a party seeing all this is asking for a forensic audit. What's a forensic audit? Maybe the name sounds so well.
Why are you not joining forces with this particular political party? Let's not look at it as even a political party because it's only right that it's done. And you're saying that, if a party is asking for it, you also in opposition. Why don't you join forces with them and ask EC for a forensic audit?
I don't know what you mean by we should join forces with them.
Join forces in asking for forensic audit, not join forces in asking for votes.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, we have our position on this matter. Our position is that there should be transparency. And so any advocacy, any position that advances, that tries to secure and protect that transparency precincts, we support it. Yeah, so just that we are careful not to also be drawn into the mischief of the day, where members of the duopoly, because of their past behaviors like influence peddling and, they don't allow for systems to work. And so when power changes hands, very soon, if NPP is in opposition, you will hear them make the same noise. I call it noise because sometimes it's from a very ill fate. They don't actually.
You have like a minute to.
Okay, they just want to make things look like, somebody wants to steal, somebody wants to usurp the will of the people. But really, if you look into it, the call is a good one. I just hope it's not fraught with mischief and all these funny considerations. Any call for transparency is a good one, and we at the Movement for Change support it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so Michael has told us that they at Movement for Change support it, but we are waiting to